E3 here, embodied, empowered, and ecstatic. So before the language came into our consciousness, vibrations were still there. You could call that a language. But children, they were very much connected with that pre-language reality. Hey Laura, thanks for being here. So what we're doing here is an earth communication. So we're all communicating with the earth in every moment. You could say all dis-ease is related to disconnection from the earth. So whether you're going to stay in this live stream for a few more seconds or a few more minutes, let's do our best to connect with the earth, taking a deep breath in, and exhaling, relaxing the face, the shoulders. Again, inhaling towards the heart, and exhaling down towards the earth. Hey Wolf, thanks for being here. So I'm standing barefoot on the earth. And we're doing a prayer in our own way. So the prayer could work either way, receiving information from the earth or sending information in the form of feelings, images, words, sounds. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait till there's pain. Don't wait till you're about to leave the body and not come back into this body. You could start now connecting with the earth. Your heartbeat is connected with the earth's heartbeat. I forget what it's called. I think it used to be 7.83 hertz with the earth, but it's shifting. I forget what that's called. The earth has like a certain frequency. You could probably Google it. But our hearts are connected with that frequency. And if you've ever read the book Anastasia, or Anastasia Ringing Cedar series, she says that just like a human can feel a tiny little bug on its big body, the earth can feel us also. And she loves when we touch her. The earth loves when we connect with the plants. So now more than ever is the time to connect with the earth. Even if you can't physically touch the earth right now, energetically you are quite literally connected with the earth, the air, the sun, the electromagnetic frequency of the earth, and you're connected with all of the universe. Yeah, so this is a very important thing right now. And don't worry about 5G and all that stuff. Keep your frequency high. Stay grounded in who you are. Stay grounded in the present moment. And nothing can affect your soul. I'm going to be mindful of not giving myself a sunburn. I haven't got much sun in the past 16 months. All right, so if you want to join in your own way, connecting with your heart, connecting with your breath, don't wait till tomorrow to connect with your heart and your breath. Don't wait until the fear leaves. If there's fear here, stress, anxiety, just let it be here. You can even imagine that it's next to you, and you're letting it be just as it is. That in connecting with your heart, inhale as deep as you can towards the heart, and then exhale. Imagine you're grounding all the way towards the earth. And then all together, we'll humbly ask the earth to keep this connection going, even if we forget. So feeling this connection with the earth, tune in for a few moments. And notice if there's any stress, any fear. In my case, there's pain. So what I'm doing is asking the earth, each time I exhale, asking the earth to take away the pain, the stress, any fears. I'm giving it to the earth. She can handle it. She can handle everything that's happening on the planet. She is making corrections right now. We don't want to mess with the earth because she'll straighten us out. So not only that, will she straighten things out with a powerful energy, but also the earth is supporting us through the plants, through the animals, and through the plant medicines, through the indigenous cultures that are connected with the earth. Those healers, those masters are, you could say, preparing right now, and more and more and more, they are going to come out with their power and their wisdom and their energy to bring in the new earth. And so a few more breaths, each exhale giving anything you don't want or need to the earth. And when you breathe in, asking the earth for anything you need at all. Healing, money, good energy, anything. Everything comes from the earth herself. You could say God, but what does that mean? On a practical level, God is manifest in the earth. So communicate in your own way. Quite literally, whatever language you speak, use that language, but bring presence into it. And authenticity. If you want to communicate, if you want to curse when you're speaking to the earth, and it's coming from your heart, like she'll understand what you mean. So it's more important when you're communicating with God and to the earth to be authentic. Don't, it's your conversation that you're having. So take a few more breaths, and each inhale breathing in any positive energies or any support that you want, anything at all. Imagine it's coming from the earth into your breath, into your heart. And then as you exhale, letting go of any energies that you don't want. You could be as general as you want and just say, Earth, please take away energies that I don't need. Or you could be very specific. And also you could put out the prayer, well, this or something even better. And so a few more breaths. I'm doing it right here with you, breathing in support from the earth and letting go of any pain, anything that you don't want. And actually visualize it leaving the energy field, going into the earth. And trust any other images, any other way you want to do this practice. This is your practice. And so we'll do this a few more breaths. I've had this strange, almost feels like a slight, as if I got stung, but it's like deep inside, almost like a slight, vibrating, buzzing. I don't know, there's so much happening on this side of the head, so there's no swelling, but it's like I just noticed either a fly or a bee. It's very interesting, so I'm just exploring how can the sun's energy help my eye. So I'm just looking at it a little bit. I'm squinting a little bit because it's almost 3 p.m. where I'm at. So it's best to look at the sun, sunrise or sunset. Or if you have a lot of experience, then you could look at the sun directly anytime. But I haven't done a lot of sun gazing recently, so I'm just squinting. But quite literally asking the sun's energy to bring healing. Whether it's in the form of heat or even the sun's energy. The sun is very healing for the eyes if we look at it, or if we look at the sun during sunrise and sunset, and we do it intelligently. The sun's energy is much different than artificial light, much different. People, as far as I know, they literally heal their eyes by sun gazing. Many other conditions too. So I'm just going to take a few breaths and ask the sun for support. And the practice I'm doing, and I've been doing it for 16 months, is like not freaking out as the first step, remaining neutral as best as I can, and then listening to my intuition. This is a very beautiful practice if we can build up our ability to remain neutral as the first step, and then connect with your intuition, then take the next step. How do you control millions of people? It's not through physical force alone. It's by inserting fear into their consciousness so that they act out of fear. That's the best way to control the masses. So we can liberate ourselves just by choosing to remain a little bit neutral. We're not feeding the fear. And then you choose what you want to feed. And it takes practice, for sure. I definitely have practice opportunities every day. Cool, so now I'm gonna gingerly walk towards the shady area where I'm sitting. If you're still here, well, thanks Joseph for being here. If you could think of any questions, somebody in the future might view this video who has glioblastoma or pain or any other challenges. So if you have any questions, maybe somebody in the future will have a similar question. I'm trying to use my experience for my own benefit and then also to help other people too. And that's the world we're moving into, like a win-win-win in all ways. Like your success, your financial success is my financial success. Your health positively impacts my health, etc. So this is, I'm just setting up the tripod. This is the realm that we're moving into. The old realm is, you know what the old realm is. We're seeing the results of the old realm. Thanks for your patience here. Hope you're not getting nauseous. Okay, so if you're still here, I'm gonna put on some clothes. I'll be back. Yeah, thanks for your patience. Yeah, it's like with everything, I wish I had a more, well, like a whole platform, so I could share what I'm creating. But I'm just trying to use the technologies that are here in real time as I am healing. Like it's one thing to try to create a new life. It's another thing to try to do it while the body's in extreme pain and or quite literally not able to create certain things. Like after I had the brain surgery, it's very hard to create and assist others. And after the second head surgery, after the third, after the fourth, so I'm just trying to do what I can with what I have in real time Like, like, for so long, it felt like, well, I can't do anything because I have to heal first. So I'm trying to do both at the same time is my point. Oh, thanks, Clint. If everyone was like me, that would be a strange world. But I appreciate what you're saying. Very strange. I think one of me is enough, right? So, again, sorry about the shaky camera. But yeah, it's like going through a death rebirth portal. Also, exciting news. So in a few weeks, I'll be facilitating what I'm calling the 5 Seconds of Surrender, Mastering the Death Rebirth Portal. It's going to be a 3-week course where everyone, in their own way, they explore their relationship with death. What is death? Is that even the best word we should be using for what happens when we leave the body? What functions does death serve? What is our relationship with death? And many other topics we're going to cover. And we're going to use our past experiences and learn from them and do our best to gain as much wisdom from the past experiences for the exact position we're in now. This is not going to be a theoretical course, but everyone is going to be using different practices to explore their own relationship with death, with grief, with pain, and just as importantly, what is life? What is birth? Is there a different name we could give to those things? And what is our relationship with those things? Is it functional? Is it dysfunctional? And I'm not going to be giving answers. I mean, I'm still trying to figure it out myself, you could say. But each of us, we're going to explore these things together, and we're going to learn from each other. And yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's perfect timing. And then let alone our own internal relationship with those things. How does it relate to what's happening in the world? Is it possible that the world and humanity itself is going through a death rebirth portal? It's possible. So, yeah, there's many different parts of the course. We'll look at what do we have control over, what do we not have control over, what are our strengths, what are our weaknesses. And then as a group, we all have different strengths. Everyone in the group will be able to do things. Everyone in the group has different experiences that I don't have. So energetically, we're all supporting each other in the group. You can imagine the group, it's like one organism, and we're all different parts of that organism. So yeah, that's coming up soon. Oh yeah, and then also pain. What is pain? What is our relationship with pain? What is pleasure? What is our relationship with pleasure? And what are the roles of those two things in our life? Creating a living will. It's a beautiful practice for anyone to do. If we only had 10 minutes left to live, what would we say to people in our lives? If we left our body, and we were in heaven, whatever heaven means to you, would you choose to voluntarily come back if you had a choice? Would you come back? And under what conditions would you come back? Many other topics we're going to cover. And then a lot of topics I don't even know yet, because it's going to be partially prepared, but then also everyone in the group is going to be informing what takes place. So does anyone have any questions? Like I said, there could be even one person who has brain cancer who's viewing this video, and your question might be a question they have, and it could benefit them. So that's why I'm asking if you have questions. Again, no sunburning for me. By the way, the sun does not cause the C word. The sun does not cause the C word. Toxins in the fats that are in our skin that are burnt by the sun is what causes issues in the tissues. So that's my direct experience. I'm not a doctor. I just play one on nighttime television. Phil Sisser, oh, that's my dad. He says, I am as God created me. There's no death because spirit is immortal. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. So yeah, this course is also going to be, we're not just going to, you could say, bypass the physical and only talk about the rebirth and what we're creating in our lives. We want to have the courage to do both. Like face the pain, face any crap that you've created in your life. And also, face the dreams that are still there. Face the love and the beauty. I think this is the highest path to try to be honest with ourselves, try to have courage, and also have compassion for the world we live in, which is not ideal. I mean, maybe it's ideal for our soul's journey, but as far as having harmony and connection with nature and all those things worldwide, it's a challenging realm to live in. So we want to have compassion for the world we live in, and also compassion for ourselves and our past, any past mistakes. So these are some of the things we'll be exploring in this workshop. It'll be 3 weeks. There'll be group meetings. There'll also be individual check-ins with me each week, because your 3-week program is going to be very different than other people's. So it's not going to be like a cookie cutter experience, because the whole goal of it will be to connect with your intuition this whole time. And yeah, we'll be focusing on different topics, but want to really awaken your intuition as much as possible. That's the ultimate authority, you could say. I mean, you could say God or spirit, but what is that? You have your own understanding of that. And the intuition is directly related to God and higher intelligence. So, but if there's trauma, if there's stress and fear, it can block the intuition. So we'll have many different practices, different communication practices, different practices you could do at home. We'll find a balance of challenging ourselves, but also it's not just about how much can you do and how much work can take place, but also calling in support, calling in miracles, where you don't have to do anything at all. You just put the prayer out and good things happen. That's definitely a part of this course. I believe we didn't come here just to struggle and to do everything on our own. We came here to help each other. Thanks everyone for being here. Even when things are going great, it's still fun to have support and connections. So I'm hoping that this 3-week course can be a beautiful thing and can help us connect with community wherever we are, whether we're in person or we're in another realm. And part of the energy I'm, I guess, forced to practice, and I'm choosing to as well, just checking out the sun. I don't want to burn my face. So part of the energy we're cultivating is, there's three main parts: past, present, future, you could say. We're going to explore the past, leverage the past experiences, your strengths, and also any challenges. We're going to transmute those energies, which basically means taking that energy and being present with it and then using it for a higher purpose, and it's your higher purpose. And then we're going to, every single day, everyone will have practices to be present. We'll forget about the past, we'll forget about the future. Well, it's kind of funny, forgetting about the future. And find ways to be present. Like, if death is going to be here right now, how present can you be? I'm not a master at that at all. I'm just saying that's what we're going to explore. If death is here right now, how present can we be? And not just physical leaving the body, but again, what does death mean for you? Maybe physical death is the easy death. Maybe it's the other ones that are harder. Hey Andy, thanks for being here. Hey Francesco, thanks for being here. So we're exploring, well, I'm talking a little bit about what's going to happen in the 3-week online course I'm offering. And also, I'm trying to figure out a way where I don't want anyone to be turned away if they want to take the course. So some people will pay. If you want to take the course, you can't pay that much, no one will be turned away. So in the course, we're all going to explore the death rebirth portal. How can we let go of those things that we don't really want or need? They're just like, we don't even really want them. They're just there. Maybe old patterns, thoughts, addictions, fears. Could be anything. But we're going to have a really supportive, loving environment. Everyone is going to be saying, basically, I love you, I support you. We're also going to be sharing basically how we're going to look at, like I said, the past. How can we use past experiences, and not just, I don't want to say good or bad, but not just bad things or like traumas or fears or addictions. We're not just going to look at those things from the past, but think of all of the beautiful energies you've cultivated, all of the beautiful skills and talents and experiences that you have, that I don't have, that other people don't have, but only you have those. So we don't want to forget about those as well. We don't want to forget about them and just only say, oh, we have to only do shadow work. We only have to do deep healing and integration and, in order to move into an amazing, beautiful world and life. So we want to be, I think, humble and have finesse also. And present, be present if we can. And then also we're going to work on how can we be present right now, like with the things that we can change. I think that's important too. If we just focus on healing and integrating all day long, that will get exhausting and boring. If we just focus on what we're creating, we forget about like how can we be present now? How can we have fun now? So that'll be part of the course. Some of us, I know I've had to force myself, like for example, to watch comedy videos on YouTube. Because sometimes I think, oh man, I have to heal the brain cancer, and everything I do all day long has to be either healing the brain cancer or helping other people. Which for me is fun, luckily. But point being, in the course, we're going to focus on every day. How can we have fun every single day, even as we are going through our own death rebirth portal? Like, can death be fun? It's possible. Can it be fun to be born? So these are things that we're going to explore. Like, what does death mean to you? What are the different types of death? There's physical death, psychological. What is grief? What is mourning? Is death, like, what is the ideal form of death or leaving the body, or whatever, however you define it? Would it be being alone? Is it a social experience? These are interesting things to explore. How has your family and society shaped how you relate to death? How have they shaped how you view pain? How is pain related to death? Now, this could seem a little morbid. Well, why are we talking about death so much? But it could be. But it can also be very, very liberating, too. That's my intention with offering this course, is that, like, however you want to say it, love will be the center of the course. So, yeah, that's just a little bit about the course. I wasn't even planning on talking about it in this video. I was planning on talking about, that's why I titled this live stream, Communicating with the Earth. So maybe the Earth is speaking through me right now. And how that works, basically, if you're on the Earth and then you have an idea, you might think it's your idea, but maybe it's the Earth communicating to you. It's kind of a cool practice to explore. Same thing, like if you have an altar or you have a sacred space, if you go near that altar or in the sacred space and you get an idea, you get a feeling, maybe that space was communicating with you. Same thing for like crystals and stones, and let alone animals. Neil Donald Walsh said, God speaks to us in our own voice. I thought that was kind of a cool statement. So it's the same language often, but a different energy in the language. So only it's up to us to distinguish, you know. Just reading comments. Before we finish, does anyone have any questions? Because like I said, other people who have glioblastoma or pain or challenges might view the video, and it's possible they'll have a question that you ask, and it would be helpful for them to hear my response. So basically, the love, I believe, the new blueprint is here. The new earth, it's already here energetically. It's just a matter of time. And time is, that's the 3D realm, you could say. But on the energetic realm, the new earth is here. People's hearts are awakening. Oh, just reading a question. I'm going to turn the camera for a second. Otherwise, I'll have to sit in the sun just on the left side of my head for, 20 minutes to balance things out. Yeah, we're going to address, I guess you could, people say, what's the biggest fear? Or what's the root of every fear? Fear of death. And again, it's possible that physical death is the easiest death there is. It's very possible that that's true. I don't know. I was getting an EEG yesterday, and for the EEG, I had to watch a film so they could see how my brain reacts to the different visions and sounds. And the film that I watched was Surviving Death. So it's about people who had near-death experiences, and they went to the other side. By the way, why did the shaman drink the ayahuasca? To get to the other side. Get it? Maybe I messed that joke up. Maybe why did the shaman, yeah, that's the joke. Why did the shaman cross the road or drink the ayahuasca? To get to the other side. We're gonna explore fear, for sure. Everyone will do it in their own way. And one of the main ways we'll do this is to not wait till fear chases us, but to actually walk into the fear. This will not be about hurting ourselves or injuring ourselves or how tough can we be, but everyone, every day in their own way, at least once, will choose something that is scary, but you know it's good for your soul and your body and your mind too. But choosing to do that one thing, and that's very similar to the death energy. You could say it's different, but I believe it's very similar. And then we'll do those little practices of facing fears. And then eventually you'll build up confidence, you'll build up endurance, you'll build up faith. And fear will have less control over our lives. The biggest way to control people is not just through physical force, but even more so, making them afraid and programming them to act out of fear. Easier said than done, but we're gonna try to act from connection to who you are, from your intuition. Not even love, because what does that even mean? Well, you know what it means, but we're gonna try to be as practical as we can. Or not just practical, but what does love mean to you? What does intuition mean to you? And how is that related to death? So this is going to be a lot of fun, actually. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm in it all the time, and it's pretty fun. It's pretty painful. At times very painful, including this moment, and every day there's pain. But I've seen in my own life, like if I can guarantee anything in this course, there will be miracles that take place. Well, how can I guarantee that? Well, I've seen it every day in my life for the past, long time, but especially these past 16 months since brain surgery and tumor or glioblastoma diagnosis. I've seen miracles every single day in different ways. So I'm not creating them, they just kind of happen in my life, and I want to share that with other people. It might be a bold thing to say, but that's been my reality, and it requires that I stay humble and go through the pain, let go of what I call the passive machine mind. So when there's certain dialogue in our consciousness, it blocks the miracles. Maybe it doesn't block it fully because they're always there, but makes it a little harder. You know, like if we're very angry, uncontrollably, and violent, and saying mean things to people, that'll block your intuition, I believe. Kirsty says, my fear is of fear. Well, yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, it's like this. I think we all want the same thing. We don't want to be dominated by fear. I don't. That's why every day I'm trying to face it. And we all have limitations too. So we'll each be going at our own pace. And we'll be focusing on three main things: the past, the present, and the future. Sounds like a Christmas carol, the ghost of Christmas past, present, and future. Actually, that is kind of like, if these same patterns continued in your life, what would your life look like in a year, 5 years, 10 years? If these patterns, especially the damaging patterns, were shifted in a positive way, what would your life look like in 5, 10, 20 years? And we're going to do this without judgment. There's no judgment at all, but just aware of these different things. And just being honest could be a very powerful thing. A lot of us, me included, it's like all day long, fear and lying, fear and lying. either big or little fears, big or little lies. For example, like what's a lie? Well, I could have stayed in the cold shower for another minute, but I didn't. It probably would have been good for me. So little things like that. Maybe that's not quite like, you might not consider that a lie, but we'll try to be honest with ourselves about what is realistic, what's not. So I want to be mindful of not burning my dome. Oh, here's some good news if you want good news of the day. I found someone who's going to create a landing page on my website, and also she happens to be an artist. So she had this idea, which was her idea, but she said, well, send me a picture of your face, and I want to make it into a beautiful piece of art. Thought that was kind of cool. So this way I could put that on the landing page on my website, and she's going to do something with this as far as like turning this into art. So I thought that was kind of cool. So I hope this video was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for the prayers and the support. And if you have any ideas of, I don't know, anything that, if you do want to take the 3-week, on the course it's going to be called 5 Seconds of Surrender, Mastering the Death Rebirth Portal. So if you have any ideas of things you'd like to see in the course, if you have any questions about it, or if you just want to reach out and say hi, you can do that. So thank you so much for being a part of my life. We are connected on the heart and the energetic realm. I know for sure, like, it's real. You can talk to nature and ask for things. You can talk to God and ask for whatever you want. It might not appear out of thin air, but maybe that prayer will reach somebody else's heart, and they'll talk to somebody else, and then that person will help you. But it started by you communicating with spirit, however you want to call it. We don't have to wait till we're near death's door or window. You don't have to wait till you're in pain. Like, we could start now, and that's the whole point also of this course. Like, let's not wait till we're at that moment. Okay, so enough with the Ethan's sermon here. So thank you so much. And by the way, the E3 is back and better than ever. So if you'd like to join me for one round of the E3 affirmation, I will begin. I am embodied. I am empowered. I am ecstatic. And then what I've been doing is inhaling that energy and then exhaling and grounding. So thank you so much, and sending you lots of love, and I'll be in touch.